Yo, Wagwan, it's that guy. Knotlocks, not Nation. Let me be honest here. NLE Choppa easily becoming my favorite rapper of 2020 because he's made the most transformation towards a spiritual lifestyle and a natural lifestyle than any rapper I've ever seen. All still the meanwhile being able to spit explicit lyrics and just have exceptional wordplay and incredible flow in his songs. So we thank you, NLE Choppa, for your enlightenment and inspiration to spread unity among the youth. It's really needed in today's society, especially during these dark times. Today's video, I am reacting to NLE Choppa's take on why we shouldn't eat meat. This is the same sort of reasonings and conceptions that I have mentioned many times over the past year on this channel, and I'm just so thankful to hear somebody else popular and as motivational to agree with me on these terms as well. Before we get into that topic though, I just want to notice NLE Choppa's locks. Now, I had been wishing that he takes the freeform route, and it looks like he just might be on that tip now. Let's take a look at his locks. We can see that the new growth is fro. He's got about an inch or two of new growth that is not maintained. This is an excellent sign to show us that he may have just given up maintaining the roots. Now, what I know is that this lineup and taper on the front of his head is fresh. I know it's fresh because there's chalk still on his forehead, meaning he paid to get the taper done, but he didn't pay to get the locks retwisted or interlocked or whatever. So I'm really hoping that NLE Choppa does take the freeform route to complete his natty roots. Choppa, if you're watching this, we love you and we pray that you as well take the freeform route. Now, I've mentioned Choppa in the past where I sent an intentional message to him referring to the low energies of dead animals and why we should not consume them. Literally like a few days later, he released a tweet on the same topic. So I just felt like that message really got through to him on his vlog channel. Now he's posting this video on why we shouldn't eat meat, which is very similar to the message that I sent to him on his YouTube channel. Let's take a look and see what he mentions about this topic.
So it's NLE Choppa. Today I'm gonna explain why eating meat is not good for you. So everything around you is energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can't be created. It can
only be transformed or transferred. Energy exists everywhere. We are all energy. Everything that we look at and recognize as life is energy, from our physique down to the water we drink. Everything is created with energy, molecules, atoms, and you can't get away from this. And he's saying that energy is actually always and is forever. You cannot create it, you cannot destroy it, it's just present. And you can only move it from one medium to another.
Can only transfer. Once these animals are at this low vibrational energy of not wanting to die, and fear, guilt, shame,
depression, torture, anguish, anger, insanity, animals being sent to slaughter are going through the absolute worst emotional pain that any sentient being could endure. And just imagine eating such a low vibrational state. You're literally putting the energy of depression and death and torture into your body. Do you think that that's gonna make you feel optimal and at your best state naturally? No, it's not. You're gonna feel like the being you're eating. You're gonna feel depressed and slow and angry and even aggressive.
Depression. They're about to die. Pigs, cows, chickens, whatever.
Lambs, fish, they're all in the same boat. They're all going through the same torture.
When you eating bologna, beef, you know, whatever, they at a low state, a low vibrational state before they die.
And for us to reach our optimal enlightenment in life, we're all about raising our vibrational energy. And this is what it comes down to. When we have a higher vibrational state amongst ourselves and in the life that we live, we are optimally living our best lives and we are using our bodies to be our best selves. And to reach enlightenment, it's literally impossible at a low frequency. Vibrations that vibrate at such a low rate don't tend to ascend to a higher energy, because it needs to have a higher vibrational frequency. So things like cancers that are toxic and acidic, these vibrate at such a low frequency. All disease is at a low frequency in acidic states. But when we reach our bodies to alkaline states and we eat alkaline rich foods like fruits and veggies and dark greens, that raises our energy, and cancers and diseases literally cannot exist in alkaline states. That's the biggest part of this whole discussion. And eating dead animals, animal fats and animal proteins are actually very acidic. There's no alkaline in them at all. But when you eat plants and beans and plant-based proteins, they're full of alkaline, and these are the things that we need to eat on a daily basis to keep ourselves healthy.
The adrenochrome is in the back of your neck. It pumps a type of adrenaline that once you die, it releases.
So he's talking about releasing the adrenaline when we die, and I feel like he's talking about the adrenaline being held on to these beings that are being tortured. Basically the adrenaline is a bunch of negative energy in that state. I mean, our adrenaline, if we're in an alkaline state, is going to be a more positive adrenaline that's going to boost us to do more productive things in life. So essentially, when these pigs die or these cows die, their adrenaline cords are released and all the adrenaline is pumped through the body, increasing the negativity and the acidity within the being.
And it releases a type of the same low vibrational energy that it just had before it died. So once it releases that is what we are consuming. So you are what you eat.
You are what you eat. And that's the biggest thing I've heard that saying my whole life, and I literally never understood it until I started understanding vibrational frequencies. And you are what you eat. So if you're eating low vibrational beings that have been put through death and torture and mutilation its whole life, you're just consuming that and you're becoming that. So a lot of those animals will have diseases in them. I've seen it firsthand when I go to animal rights protests. I see pigs going to slaughter and looking into the truck before they're sent to their death, when they're in their last moments of life. You can literally see some of these pigs that have cancers and tumors growing out of them. So why would you want to eat that vibration? Because you're just going to take that tumor and put it into yourself. The thing about, let's say, pork and pig meat in general, it's literally classified as a class 2 carcinogenic by the government. The government has released this information saying that bacon and pig meat is a direct cause of cancer. So why would somebody want to consume that knowing that it's just going to lead them to cancer down the road? And the sad part is the fact that people's taste buds are worth more than their own life and more than another's life. They'd rather just taste something really good in their mouth for 10 seconds rather than think about what they're actually consuming and avoiding it, so you can prolong your life to live a healthier, happier life in the long run. And I really hope that this makes sense to people. I really hope that this doesn't come off as offensive to those that are meat eaters. I'm not attacking anybody in any way. I'm just simply trying to share the information which I've learned and applied in my life, and I've noticed direct benefits from it, much like the way I shared information on dreadlocks and my journey, so you guys can benefit from this as well. And if I held on to any of this information and didn't share it to you guys, then I wouldn't be much of a YouTuber and I wouldn't be much of any help to the community now, would I? So I really hope people take this with a grain of salt, and you really just use an ounce or a musel of consciousness on your next meal. Hopefully you can avoid putting on your plate such negative vibrations from the future. Maybe replace that carcinogenic piece of bacon with an alternative alkaline piece of bacon that you can use, such as tempeh bacon, or coconut bacon. Like, there's so many alternatives out there. It's ridiculous now, like, why we're still treating animals this way when we have the alternatives that come from the earth. And this is ITAL living. ITAL is vital in so many ways. I've learned this from being Jamaican and seeing the Rastas live. And true Rastas in Jamaica or Ethiopia and Africa, they avoid animal products whatsoever, in every way whatsoever. So just a reminder to eat from the earth, because Mother Nature and Mother Earth provides everything that we need to live our most optimal and healthiest lives. I love you guys so much, and I'm only telling you this message because of that, and I really do care for your futures, and especially for the youths watching this video. If I can give you guys an ounce of conscious wisdom, this is it. Really practice eating healthy, consciously, and compassionately. So that's all for today's video. Shout out to NLE Choppa for spreading his awareness and making this transformation. I've listened to your new album, From Dark to Light. I love it. I love seeing that you're able to spread this knowledge to the youths out there, and I really wish the best for Choppa to keep on going with this. So I'm definitely watching the journey, keeping you guys up to date with everything. And if you have any questions or if you need any help attaining ITAL plant-based diet, please DM me, leave me a comment, leave me a question in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to answer them and to supply you guys with as much information that you can arm yourselves with, so you can avoid eating low vibrational energy and start putting in high vibrational alkaline foods in your body. So until next time, peace out, one love, stay happy and natty, and I'll see you guys in the next dreadlock video. I am gone. Adios.
The nation.